just wanna be free when my people's to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution in time. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free.
All right, guys. So, welcome to the Things I Wish I Knew About Money. It's episode 3. Oh, snap!
Yeah.
I'm your host, Camille Smith.
And I'm your co-host, your boy Dre.
All right. Andre, how you
What's
feel?
up?
How you feel? This is episode
Feel
2.
airy.
Yeah.
It's the third week already. Holy crap.
Right?
Feeling pretty good.
I know. And once again, we got some big listeners. We got some. Guess what? I know we made a
What?
deal that if we made 100 listeners, we would make it live. But we just got it today, so we have like 101 listeners. So
Brup. Big up on yourself.
yeah, so I'm really happy, and I know we're just
That's
gonna
pretty
get
good.
right. Shucks. And I know people are loved about their dirty habits. I actually
Yeah.
got comments even on LinkedIn. I got some comments. So I see you guys.
Nice.
Uber Eats, the Uber, even Uber groceries.
Uber grocery. Whoa, I didn't even know there was a Uber grocery. Oh.
And I just heard about it recently, but I can't justify it. I can't justify spending money on that. But hopefully you guys are able to do the challenge that we're doing and that I'm
Yeah.
doing. Just to do a little wrap up, because it's Financial Literacy Month, we are challenging ourselves with our dirty habits,
Dirty habits.
and just trying to reduce our expenses. So far, I've been doing well. I've only spent once, and I had a little loophole today. Instead of spending my own money, I spent gift cards that I had from last year. So,
Nice.
what about you, Andre?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with the everybody, like um, I've been drinking coffee out less, but I'm still buying out. Like today, I bought 1 cup.
Mm,
Yesterday, I bought 1 cup. Before, I used to buy like 2 to 3 cups out. So I've
boy.
drastically reduced my number because I drink about 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day. A whole heap of coffee that
Mm-mm.
year. So I drastically reduced the amount. And you know what? The big tin of Tim Horton coffee when I buy when I started the challenge, it's done, which
Done?
means that I've been drinking a lot at home. Yeah,
Okay,
it's done.
okay.
So I'm gonna have to go and buy a new batch.
Mm.
But I'm still on track. I've significantly reduced the amount I'm drinking out. I still have one and two here and there. Some days I don't drink any coffee out. I brew all my coffee at home. So may I
Okay.
make a little progress, you know?
But you see, 2 to 3 coffees a day? Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, see what happens when you have a child?
It's may I tell her, a whole family,
Mm-hmm.
side hustle in the evenings,
Yep.
big job, you know,
It's
whole heap of things that go on. Whole heap of things that go on. Just finished writing my book.
Whoa, yes,
Actually
big
promoting
things,
that. Yeah,
guys.
so
Tune
it,
out for December 5th, Big things are
the
coming.
sixth actually. I think is it? I
Six, the
think it's the
six?
sixth. Yeah,
The
this I think
six?
it's the
Okay,
sixth.
sorry, my
December
bad, my
6th.
bad.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, definitely tune in. My first book is coming out. It talks about my journey from the ghetto in Spanish Town, Jamaica, to me today
Okay.
and who I am and what I've been able to overcome. It's called Living Purposefully Beyond the Walls of the Ghetto. Right, so hoping you
Okay.
can check out my launch, connect with Camille, and she'll be able to give you more information or myself.
Absolutely. I think that's a good sign for a nice.
Big up myself.
All right. So what
God.
are we gonna discuss this week?
I think today it's a good day to talk about our version of keeping up with the Joneses, eh?
Okay,
What do you think about that?
okay. I think that's a perfect one because I think we discussed about that earlier this week or this weekend that just
Yeah.
passed. So I think that's a lovely episode. Let me roll up my sleeves because I got lots to say.
Well, since you have so much to say, maybe you should start it because I don't know what I'm gonna say because midday I try pick and choose what more and say so that people don't come laugh off of me and take me for coffee. But
No,
if you
but
if you're from Jamaica, you know what take me for coffee mean. You know what take me for coffee mean?
of
So in
course.
patois in Jamaica, take me for coffee mean take me for fool or take me for fool. For those who don't know, no matter take me for coffee on the chat.
Well, you know what? I wanted to do like a tough love version, but you know what? I'll keep it subtle, or subtle. So keeping up with the Joneses. So if anyone doesn't know what that means, it's basically someone that wants to have the big things. They want to have the biggest house, the nicest car, the big jewelry, and everything. But like in a sense, they're struggling. They're struggling, and we found out. Well, I've seen it a lot in my younger years that a lot of people used to do that, and just to impress people, and it just doesn't feel good to me. Like seeing people like, yeah, I got this, that, but like in a sense, what other assets do you have? Assets? No, I just have this nice car, and they're just chilling, right? So I'm very skeptical about those certain things. But however, I'm not saying you guys can't have nice things, right? There's nothing wrong with having nice things, but you gotta have nice things when it's within your budget, right? Um, like I said, we've been living here for 18 years, and it's a lovely house. It's a decent house, and we're able to just renovate on it and make it build and just grow value with the asset that we have. And mind you, my parents wanted a big fancy car. They're like, yeah, me want a Porsche, me want a Beamer, everything. And you know what
Mm,
they did? They went and bought a Hyundai, or Hyundai for the Koreans out there. Um, and guess what? The Hyundai has the same features as the Beamer, and it's a SUV, and it costs way cheaper. And I was
yeah.
like, you see, guys, does it feel good that you have the same features and it's way
Mm,
cheaper? You guys don't have to worry about it for the longest time. They're like, yeah, we see, we know, but still, I was like, nah, you guys don't have to do that. It's not necessary, you know?
yeah.
And what do you think, Andre?
Yeah, you know what? I was the Joneses at one time, the Flosser, as we call it on our program. I was there because, like, I guess where I grew up, like, having brand name things and, big things, as people that say, was a
Mm,
symbol of success,
mm,
right? And so even when I came here, I didn't know much about anything in terms of how to manage my money. So, like buying the brand name this, I wanted to wear the latest everything. I wanted to have the biggest everything, right? And even if I never had the money to do it, I remember one day I was in my room and I stock up all the shoes that mama have, and I swear to God,
mm.
about 22 pairs of shoes,
Oh gosh.
right? 22 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
I still have enough of them now. Actually, I gave away a good majority of those, but I start buying shoes that I need now. But even cologne, right now, I still have only but the cologne I'm left over. But I bought so much cologne, and I actually did an exercise, and I add up all the cologne, and I kid you not,
Yeah.
the cologne them come to about $3,000 worth of cologne,
Ooh, dang.
brand name cologne.
Which ones? Which ones? Let's see.
Yeah, I was big on brand and want the latest thing. Uh, I can't even remember some of the name them right now, to be honest. But me have all of the big name them. Like I literally used to just walk in at the bay and say, "Yo, what the latest?" and just buy
See,
based on that.
and at what point did you notice
Right.
that?
Um, big phone, as my grandmother would have said. You want a big phone? I used to have
Mm-hmm.
my Apple.
Oh gosh, the Apple, eh?
The
See,
Apple.
okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to name brands with clothes, I didn't care about clothes. I didn't care about name brand. I got lucky because I went to a university where I wore a uniform. So I was
Yeah.
lucky. I was lucky. So I didn't have to worry about name brand. You had to wear the same slacks, the same, well, not the same shirts, obviously. But the only thing I could have done was a phone, like a cell phone, like to look, like, oh, look at the phone I have. However, the phone that I always had was always unique. It was never the same phone that everyone had. So when everyone had the BlackBerry, when everyone had the iPhone, everything, I didn't have those things. I had the Nokia E63. Big up to the Nokia people. And even when there was the hip top and the sidekick, um I had that. So I just I didn't like being like everyone else. I just liked having the nice things in a sense,
Yeah.
but it wasn't expensive. It wasn't the highest brand or anything. It's just like just 2 years ago, I was supposed like my phone completely died. Died, dead, dead, dead. I panicked. Went to the phone, wind machine or not wind. Wow.
Freedom.
Freedom. See,
Yeah.
I want wings.
You
Freedom.
want some wing machine? Actually, I have some wing machine and out to
Went to the phone place and they're like, yeah, we have the newest phone. I'm like, no, I don't want the newest phone. We had the Note. I was like, I don't need that. Like, I just need something that's able to be fast. Like, give me the second latest or the third
right.
latest,
The third latest.
right? I don't need,
Yeah.
especially, when you get the newest brand or the newest phone, there's always
Right.
glitches and stuff. Never get the newest phone.
Whole heap
There's
of
always glitches,
glitches.
especially with cars too, right? You know how many
Yep.
cars these days of recalls and everything?
Yep.
It just
And
doesn't make sense.
and that's the thing. Like, not only the problems that they come with, but if you look at it, a lot of the times the new phone comes, it
Mm-hmm.
replaces all the gadgets and stuff that you bought for the other one. So you have to buy
Yep.
new gadgets,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they're constantly
iPhone.
doing all of this just to make more money off you. I mean, when you actually look at it,
Mm-hmm.
some people look on it and say, it's just it, it's just a big brand. It's just a one-off item,
Yep.
right? But these things add up over time. And I actually just made a post on my WhatsApp status today,
Yeah.
right? And I was saying, um, we need to redefine what success look like, because a
Exactly.
lot of people, including myself, I used to associate success with big brand, right? If me now wear a certain brand, me now go call no brand pan here, so because me know nobody come sue me. But if me now wear big brand, me never feel accomplished,
Mm-hmm.
right? So all of my money, I remember there was a store gone out of business now,
Yikes.
where every single payday I
Yeah.
used to go there and spend about 4 bills,
Mm-mm.
a good portion of my paycheck, on brand name things, because I want people to see it, I want people to comment on it, right? I'm half up there. The thing have to sell off. And as Jamaica would I say up like seven, right?
And how did you feel about that afterwards?
Well, in the moment, me actually used to feel good about it, because honestly, here's the thing: I was constantly in debt, and I was drowning in debt.
Mm.
But I wasn't blaming myself for being in debt. I wasn't blaming my behavior. I
Correct.
was telling myself, man, I make enough money.
Mm.
So because of that, I never really feel no way about buying and all of them things, and I keep up with the Jones,
Yeah.
and I keep up with everybody, because I wasn't taking accountability. I was looking at the fact that I wasn't making money. But then I realized that every time I keep making more money, the Jones lifestyle doesn't follow me. Because me still a buy expensive things, me still a
Yeah,
buy dear shit, and it's just a never-ending cycle.
yeah. And you see, you said the key thing that you never held accountability to the things that you did until
Yeah,
until you came to the realization that, oof, oof, look at the debt I have. And
exactly.
all for what? Right? To impress people that may not even care about it in the long
May
run,
not, they don't care. They don't even care about you. They're not busy about you,
right?
right?
And it also comes with like houses. Like me, uh, I'm happy where I am. I just want a nice, but when I finally get like my own place, I'll finally get
Right.
a nice small thing. I don't want a condo. No dogging to anyone that has a condo. It's just that when you come from a place with like a house with so much space,
Mm,
what me reversing and paying the same
yeah.
price
That's
when
the that's the next thing, the same price. Exactly. It's
at least if
hard.
it was a townhouse I would be more at ease. I'm like, okay, I sell some space and there's some, it's the same price as a condo and a house. So I'm like in between. Those
Yeah.
are acceptable. I'm trying to think what kind of other expenses people like to be glamorous with. And it
I
does
mean, sometimes the travel too, right? That's a big area. We take them glamorous trips. Go Bora Bora. So they are Bora Bora.
I mean,
Bora
yes,
Bora. Bora big hole in your pockets. You not even realize.
that is true. So when it comes to traveling, it is good to think of affordable things. And it's funny because I just spoke about this today. Like I used to, those days when I used to travel. Oh, thanks COVID. But it would be affordable. Like
Yeah.
instead of going to like a big villa or something like that, it was just an Airbnb. Didn't have to be
Mm,
a big hotel or anything. It was just a
yeah.
Airbnb, affordable. Actually, the joke is some Airbnbs are cheaper than the hotel itself.
Yeah.
It's,
True.
it's
Way cheaper.
crazy, right?
You,
Mhm.
you know who more and tackle? I know them are gonna come for me, but me ready for them. Wanna come look me up after, cause I'm not afraid. The people, the party people, them.
mm.
Yeah, you remember the people have a party at the club. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Me not say nothing wrong with party, but me tell you, there's
Mm.
a certain concept and a certain logic to party that I can't understand.
Tell them, Jay.
Let me tell you one of them. The
Oh.
whole thing notion of a booth.
Mm.
Me not see why me I go in our club, go pay $1,000 for sit down,
Mm.
or 2 grand for sit down.
Right?
Why is it that you go pay 2 grand for get a booth for sit down in our club when a club is a place where you're supposed to dance and be lively and enjoy music?
Tell them again.
But I also don't understand the logic behind popping all these expensive bottles. When you can go in at the
Mm.
LCBO and buy the same bottle for 30 and 40, like you go in at the club, go buy it for $300.
Right?
And you do it
And it's those,
every weekend or 2, 3 times a month, at
right?
least.
And it's not even like good liquor or anything that you're spending
Precisely.
300, $500. I remember one time a friend wanted to do a birthday thing. I was like, all right, cool. We go to this birthday event, cool. Oh, let's get a bottle. I was like, well on, let me look at the menu. Dre. Hey, I seen like I wanna say, let's say Absolute
Yeah.
was like $300. I'm like, no, I can't, no, I
That make
cannot
no sense.
justify. What? Like
Yeah.
just to and then have the lady and coming around? No,
Right? It was the sparkling light that come on at the club. I'm like, what the
don't
hell?
test nobody. I
Me come
see,
for, me, okay, we're drinking 2 bottle of Heineken and me calculate my time. I just sip all 1 bottle of Heineken for all 2 hours.
right?
By the time I'm ready for left, 2 Heineken alone me buy.
I can't, and it's in. You're, I'm glad you mentioned it because man, it you're impressing people and it doesn't even make sense. Like I understand if you're like a promoter and you make the
Yeah.
money and then you can just do like a 1-2 bottle for people that because you can afford it. But if you're doing this every week,
Every week, yep.
so how much? I remember seeing a post about this, and it's like you're spending 200, 400 a weekend
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
for a couple hours. And
A
that's
couple
enough.
hours. Yep.
If you do it for 52 weeks, it's the same amount of money as if you're doing a down payment on a house.
Yeah. So let's do a basic calculation. All right. So let's say
Yeah.
your party. All right. Let's say twice a month, right?
Okay.
All right. That twice a month. That's 26 weeks
Mm-hmm.
out of the 52, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you party twice a month. Let's say by the time you set and buy clothes and,
Yep. Ah,
and pay taxi and all of them things, they forgot on party. Let's say that every
yeah.
party costs you $500, right? So 26 times 500, that's 13 grand
Mm-mm.
from party alone. Remember, I said
Mm-mm.
13 grand. I'm pretty sure so for some people it's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even realize because sometimes you take your credit card and other debt and buy it and then you pay it off. So when you do that, you're not even realizing how much you have put. Sorry, you spend 13 grand per partying. You said so and you spend all another 4 bills per month times 12. That's 4,800 pound clothes and other things. Expensive. I mean, no say more than that. So you say 4,800 plus 13 grand. Me I do the maths because I want people to know that. That's 17,800. And as me post on my WhatsApp today, a house out of Windsor,
Mm.
you can get a house at 200,000. Minimum down payment of 5%. That's 10 grand.
Wow.
And then people
Wow.
say, yo, me can't become owner. Yo, me can't do this. Yo, me can't do that. Is it
Mm-mm.
that you can't do it or you don't want to do it? Or you
Exactly.
don't know how to do it?
Mm.
Just be honest. Because if you don't know how to do it, we understand.
Yeah.
But are you trying to find a way to learn how to do it? And that may I try to figure out. Because as I said to Camila all the time, and she said to me, we have to redefine success. We
Mm.
now say, yo, you can have a moment where you keep up with the Flossers or keep up with the Jones, or you can have a moment where you enjoy these things. But on a bigger scale, what is it that you're trying to do to build something for you
Exactly.
and to build something where you can pass on to other family member?
Oh, watch Dre. Watch the
I know
jet.
I'm gone from 0 to 100 real quick. But I have to get real with the people them.
Oh, snap. I'm actually glad that you did the calculation so people can understand because $17,000 in a year. Imagine if you guys put half of that in a stock market, especially.
Yeah.
Do-
There's so many possibilities.
right?
And that we are talking about, you see me? Like a work we are working on. And a
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican say a work we are work and a jerk we are jerk. We there because it's all about fun, it's all about the vibe. But there are some serious trends
Yep.
where we need to reverse in the community. So we are talking up on a real level. We know a week three and we know we're going deep like Titanic, but we. But we are telling like some patterns, some things out there we need for reverse.
Yes.
And that's why fitness IQ is there. That's why things I knew about money is there. That's why
Mm,
Flip and Floss is there. That's why many other groups are there to,
right.
to do this, to build community. Because when we look at it, um, remember I think the first session or whatever, I said the only thing I grew up knowing about money is that we spend it and that if you love it too much, it's the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as an adult, I realized you need money for do a whole heap of things. You can actually use money and make positive changes in the world,
Yeah.
right? If our community have more money, we have more money to support black businesses. We have more money to support each other. We have more money to give our children a brighter future. We have more money to pass on things from generation to generation.
Exactly.
So you see all of them party in there and all of them think they need to cut back on some of them. It's like when we drop to 1 cup of coffee a month. I saw you have to go drop to 1 party a month.
And now you guys can do it virtually. You don't even have to worry.
Right? Virtual party.
Right? Don't even have to worry about that. So this time you guys can go to LCBO and pay a reasonable price
Yeah.
for a drink.
Yeah, just pre-drink. Pre-drink. When
I
your
always,
friend of mine outside the club, if you're not drinking, I say, yeah, what, I have a little bit for drink, too much for drink already. If they don't believe him, then similar breath. All right, you probably don't want to go too far, because I don't know if I don't want to smell nobody breath still.
no. You don't have to do that. But Andre, I love what you said. Basically, money is a tool.
Yeah,
It's not the root of all evil if you use it wisely, right?
precisely.
So let's try. I know it's going to be hard because it's been years of things that you've been doing, but try to condition yourself to take another path, a brighter path that will help you in the long run, you know?
Yeah,
Um, like we said, instead of partying every week, once a week at
once a
least,
week.
you know? Instead of drinking every weekend, don't drink this weekend, drink the next weekend, you know?
Yeah,
Some people, like right now, I'm
and
doing
there,
it in November.
yeah, and there's certain things we want to debunk right now because me
Mm,
hear a lot of people will say, um, you only live once. Oh,
YOLO!
right. Or me work my money, so me have to enjoy my money. And me this. Or oh, other people are do it, so me can do it too. Me go touch each of the three of them things what me say. The YOLO concept.
Mm,
Nobody now say you know feel enjoy your life and we know we all will live once. Me live once too. But you have a plan for if you live longer.
mm. Jeez! Preach, brother. Preach. Jeez! I love that. I love that. You have to plan if you live longer. There's so many times when individuals would say, oh, well, I could be gone tomorrow. But 10 years later, 20 years later, you're still here. And now you wish that you had other things that you could have done. Andre, I love what you just said. I love what you just said. Let's see if he's gonna give us some more
Yes.
gems. Come again, come again.
Yes, sorry, look at that. Look at chip out a little bit.
No
But yeah,
worries.
let me touch the three things. The
Mm,
YOLO. All
YOLO.
right, so me now say, yo, all I we know is that we live once,
Mm,
right? And we have to enjoy life and whatever. But people are living longer. So you want to put aside something. You want to put aside things for rainy days, right? You want to have little investment, little something, something, right? Even if you have your kids, you want to put aside something for them. So even though you want to enjoy life and whatever, you still need to put aside something for rainy day,
mm,
right? And the whole thing about, oh, me work hard, so me have to enjoy my money. Yes, that's true again. Nobody now stop you.
mm.
Nobody, we know say work hard. We work hard too. But at the same time, again, you have to put aside something for rainy day. What the third one want to say?
Third one was, oh
The
gosh, third one, work hard, YOLO. See,
you
this is
can't
why.
remember the third one. But yeah, the point is you always wanna put aside something for rainy day,
Mhm.
right? Oh yeah, the third one, yeah, I just remember now. My brain kinda go through a little seizure moment a while ago.
No
The
worries.
third one is that other races
Yes.
I do it so I can do it too. That's true, other races I do it. But when you look at it, when you look at the data, right? And yeah, you also have to look at your own personal situation. You have
Mm-hmm.
to ask yourself, can I, based on my situation, afford to do what everybody else is doing?
Hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Do I have an emergency fund? Right? Do I am I planning to buy a house? How close am I to that goal? So you have to look at your own situation rather than just saying what everybody else has said. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because and that those are the things that we used to say. That everybody else I do it and I want to live once, I'm young, I'm this and whatever. But I have fun just the same. Right? I go out there, I have fun, I'm a party, I'm do it and everything, but at the same time, I still
Mm-hmm.
a build my nest egg. Right? I still a build my emergency fund.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So I want to touch upon them there because I want people to understand. Don't just be echoing all of that, but don't have an alternative plan. Is what
Mm-hmm.
I say. What do you think about that, Camille?
I love the three gems that you mentioned or and what you tackled because in a sense we have to go back to planning. We have to go back to a vision that we have and goals that we have in our life. And if you don't have any visions and goals, you better start writing some down.
Yeah,
If
100%.
like if you feel like, oh well, I'll just make things, everything's gonna happen just as it's supposed to happen. No, not unless you plan it.
Yeah,
You probably want to go back to school. You probably want to get a new house. How are you gonna do
yeah,
without a plan? You got to figure
Exactly.
these things, right? And it all steps with having a vision, having a goal, and then just pushing through it every day, every
Every
day,
day.
or every week, or just to see the progress of how everything's going and things, right?
Yeah, man.
So I see, I know we were deep. I know we're deep. We're very passionate about what we do. And I'm just so happy to have Andre here and things. Flip and Floss and Fitness IQ services are doing big things. Like definitely. We're just trying to
100%.
reach out to you guys. And when's the 15th? 15th? We're gonna be having something?
The
Yes, yes.
Yeah, November the 15th. Oh yeah, November the 15th, we're gonna be having a free financial empowerment webinar.
Mm,
So we're gonna touch on, investment,
yeah.
right? And how to use investment to recover from the global pandemic. We're gonna talk about business, using business
Mm-hmm.
to generate wealth. We're gonna talk about real estate, right?
Okay.
So we are speaking the language of the wealthy. We're speaking the voice of the people, the voice of the community, for the
Exactly.
community. My grandmother always tell me, and I mean, a lot of Jamaicans say this, every mickle make a muckle.
Mm.
So what that means,
I haven't heard that saying in a minute.
every little bit will add up to something, right?
Exactly.
You see? And then me will say, every mickle make a muckle, when my Camille just chuckle. Allow me to tell? So the chuckle, there you go. So here may I say, you have to tune in to the financial empowerment webinar.
Mm-hmm.
And I really have to take another moment to big up the listeners, the people that will actually go check out the podcast. Big
Yeah.
up on yourself because on onto something. Just like we are onto something to bring about change in the community,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we can only bring about that change if you, the viewers, continue to support us in
Exactly.
whatever we do. So like our page, share our page, share the information, follow it, right? We make a difference together.
Exactly. We are on SoundCloud, we're on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere, guys.
Everywhere.
So there's no reason why you guys shouldn't hear us anywhere. We even have people from the US and the UK. What?
Well, big up yourself.
So I just want to thank you guys once again, and I hope you guys have like taken what we just said and just think about it. Like have a vision. Don't keep up with the Joneses or the Flossers. They don't care about you. We care
True.
about you.
Yep.
We care that you leave a legacy for the generations to come, you
Real
know?
talk.
Exactly. So much
Yeah, man.
love. And once again, a good episode.
All right. One love and peace out.
You
Give us
see it.
some tune there.
All right, let me play the tune there.
From the start.